It is finally bleach day. I know we've all been so ready for this, but I have like just been going nuts waiting to do this. So here we go, everybody. This is what we're working with. We have like a pretty decent regrowth here. It looks a little bit lighter on the camera, but I actually have really, really dark hair. And here we go. We just did like a color removing shampoo. I'll link that video down below in case you haven't seen it. And that's how we got a lot of this to fade. So I'm not too worried about these colors, but I would really like it if that could just get most of this orange out here. My hair is shorter than usual when we bleach, so I'm hoping that this will actually be a little easier for me, but we shall see. So I'll give you guys a little before of the back here. And underneath, we still have my undercut growing out. It's been doing okay. Probably try and save this for last just because I don't want to over fry or process this down here. So my bangs are still very much here. I just parted it down the middle to kind of get an idea for my sectioning. I'll have to see after I bleach if I maybe need to trim the ends or some of the bangs if there's anything, you know, too scraggly looking. Most of you know we just cut my hair off quite a bit. It was like kind of down here, but really dead and fried. So I went ahead and I just cut it up to here. So this is what we're working with. And however this turns out is going to determine my Christmas hair coloring. I'm going to go with my favorite BLONDME from Schwarzkopf. This is the new formula. I still love their old formula. I just don't have any. So I'm going to be using their new formula with the 9 Lift Plus. And it's the premium 9 Plus lift powder up to 9 levels of lift. It has the bond protection system, so it's already got the bondors in there and everything. And I'm going to go in with their developer. And I'm actually going to do 7 volume developer again. I can't remember if this is the 2nd or the 3rd month, but 7 volume has been doing just great, bleaching my roots to where I need them to be. And I've been really happy with the results. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going and use the 7 volume cream oil formula, moisture maintaining formula, also from BLONDME. So that's the bleach we're using today. I am the client. Any other tips I would give would be make sure you ventilate, even if it doesn't like stink really bad. You know, the fumes are there and it can make you sick and dizzy. And I like to make sure I kind of have like an assortment or stack of towels hanging around. Make sure I have something to wipe my hands on and everything. I will be doing some kind of a bond repair. I just don't know which kind after we bleach, so stay tuned for that. I have been enjoying using these with my sectioning and my bleaching. So if you see me using these, I can't tell if they're Color Track maybe. I think mine are an off-brand off Amazon, but it's really nice to put in the hair and you can kind of set your hair and section it. And it's just really helpful tool. Lastly, if you see me using these at any point in the video, don't use the metal ends on your scalp. It can create little like cuts in the hair or on your head or little marks and cause irritation and stuff. So if you see me using these, I'm only using it for the brush because I just haven't found a brush that I can control as well as these. But a while back, Hair Buddha reacted to one of my videos, which most of you know, and I was using this on my scalp to section, and he said that that was a no-no. So good to know. Thought I'd share that with you. So let's get into the mixing and let's get into the bleaching so we can see what our canvas is going to be like for Christmas hair. Thanks for being here, everyone, and thanks for being so supportive this last week. It was a doozy. I also have these little timers. They were cheap on Amazon, and it just kind of helps to keep track in the midst of everything. Because once you start bleaching, you know, you want to kind of hurry up and move through the process. As soon as those chemicals mix together, it's oxidizing, it's ready to go. So my eye is watering, sorry. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys the sectioning. Obviously, I put my bangs in their own clip. So I have my 2 sections up here. And then I came here and I basically used one of those color tracks and I pre-sectioned all this out. But I have like this crown of my head. I left this part down so you guys could see like what I sectioned. Just took like, you know, my thin sections. Thinner than that, obviously. Going down in a row so I'd be able to easily take down each section. I did decide I'm going to work from the bottom up on the back of my head. Now that my hair is shorter and everything, I just think that that's what's going to work easier for me and I'm able to pre-section this way. And I also make sure to brush out all of my hair really good. It's going to make sure that it's easier to separate while you're bleaching and just help you avoid getting bleach in places you don't want it, hair getting tangled. So I do like to make sure I brush my hair out. I did put some coconut oil just on the very ends of my hair because we just cut so much off. I would hate to over fry them. So I just wanted to make sure that any bleach that might run off doesn't get the ends too bad. So I only put coconut oil on just the very ends of my hair. Gloves are super important. I just wanted to let some of you know that I am still recovering from the flu and stuff, on top of my other lovely issues that I deal with. So I will link some of my more recent bleach videos as well, just in case there's any more detailed information you guys want on my bleaching process or anything like that. I like to make sure this stays away from my face. This is supposed to be like a more dust-free powder from them, but I still be careful. It's such a thin powder. I'm actually going to do a larger amount because, yeah, my hair is thicker than it looks. So I'm going to start with a 1:1 ratio and then see if I need to work up to my usual like 1 to 1.5 ratio. So for ratio 1:1, here's our 1 part bleach powder going in. Normally I have the camera down here, but it just seemed like a bunch of extra steps, and I figured I could show you guys this way. Make sure you put your cap back on right after you do this, so you're not getting all that air in your bottle. And be careful, because I've had these caps pop off on me. So a 1:1 ratio would be exactly that. 1 cup of the bleach powder, and then 1 cup of the bleach of the developer. So that would be a 1:1 ratio. Normally I'd add in like another like half of one of those. That's the consistency I usually like, but sometimes with these bigger amounts, the 1:1 just seems to be just fine. And I don't want it to be too runny because I want it to stay close to my roots. I don't want it to go too far down my hair and fry it. I have these like little whisks that I just really, really love. And show you guys the consistency that I like. This is turning out lovely. This is only the second time that I've used their new formula though. This will be nice to use it again and see how it turns out, especially since it's not super hot in here or anything today. All right, so there we go. That's just nice and thick. And I honestly think I'm gonna be happy with that. So that's what I'm gonna start with for the back of my head. I don't know if it'll be quite enough, but since I already know I'm gonna mix another batch towards the front of my head, it really just takes a lot of kind of trial and error, you know what I mean? To decide what you need for your hair. But once you know, get that, it's a lot easier. I need to quit trying to make sense when I still don't feel good. So that's why I'm going to make sure I use some timers. I like to time it from when I first put it on my head, just to make sure I know how long it's been sitting since I actually applied it. You know what I mean? It's good to know. Don't want to fry up my skin or my scalp. So let's get started. We're going to be getting different light fixtures, and I'm sorry there's a glare. So starting at the bottom and just making sure I get it nice and saturated. I'm just trying to take as thin a sections as possible as I'm doing all this. So you can see here that I'm actually taking my sections and putting them in half again, just to make sure that they're super thin. And then I put bleach on the bottom and the top of my section, because that way if I can see the bleach through the hair right there, then I know that the section was thin enough for me to get all the way through. And then I just continue this process all the way up to the top of this section of hair, making sure to really saturate and try and stay as close to the root line as I can. So now I have that entire bottom section all done all the way across, and now I'm going to move on to my crown. I'm doing a perimeter now. It is much easier to keep track of what you're doing when you do this little perimeter all around each section that you're going to be bleaching. It really has saved me from some chaos. And then here you can see how thin these sections I'm taking actually are. It's just going to save you trouble in the long run. And then now you can see where I finally met from the crown to the bottom. So now I'm going to move on to the nape of my neck where I had that undercut growing out. And then I'm going to section that off. And here's the back all done except for that one little corner. Just really showing off the perimeter here is why I'm kind of going slow motion. This is where I got disappointed with this new formula. This is just mixed. I'm like, oh my gosh, gotta push forward. So I just decided to split my hair right down the middle and just try and do it how I usually would bleach the front. Now here you're gonna see where I took way too big of a section from the front of my hair and it goes way too far back towards my crown. So I had a lot of trouble being able to see. I cannot see anymore. I literally cannot see. I'm like blind. I kid you not. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that sectioning with the front being so big, I'm not going to do that again. You can see where I had to basically resection this other side and have a whole small section just because the crown had been sectioned way too far back. And let's not forget, my bangs were such a pain in the butt. All right, we're all done here. This bleach did me dirty, man. It's swelling like crazy. We'll get into it once we're all said and done. So I just wanted to show you guys the cross-checking really quick. And I'm looking like Albert Einstein right now. So for cross-checking, what you want to do, and I usually will go do it in the back right about now, but I have to use that mirror. Whichever way that you were bleaching your hair, you're going to want to section it the opposite way. And then just look and you'll be able to see if there's any little spots that you missed or anything like that. So since, well, this was kind of a mess up here. Oh my gosh, this whole video has just been a mess. I am so off my game with this bleach swelling and my sectioning, just whatever. But if I wouldn't have had the bangs and all the craziness going on, you know how I was sectioning this way and going this way. You would want to section and go straight down. And then look in between here to see if there's any spots that you missed. And that's exactly what I do with the back as well. Since we were bleaching the hair going this way, then you want to go straight up and down and part it and look in between to see if there's any spots that you missed. I'm going to do that, put a cap on, and I'll see you guys when it's time to rinse it out. Wish me luck. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. This entire front last part has been in 50 minutes. And the back has been over an hour. The last 2 times this has happened to me, and I think it's time to accept that I'm just not able to do it how I used to do it all at once. So next time we bleach, I'm just going to do the back, rinse it out, then I'm going to come to the front and do it properly because these just times are just way too all over the place. I can guarantee that that's what's causing so much thinness and damage in my hair. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out with a good lathering shampoo. Make sure it was in warm water. Make sure I get all the bleach out. And then I'm going to follow up with the Cure mask and leave that in for quite a while, which is just our Amika Intense Bond Repair Mask. And it looks like it's going to be pretty platinum-ish. Kind of oops on that. The last like 10 minutes or so, I did come through and throw on some of the extra bleach that I had. On where some of the orange was still just peeking through. I figured, why not? Just going to drag it down. But I waited until the end. I didn't leave it on the whole time. So that's what's going on here. Like I said, everything looks like it's going to be a level 10. Just at what cost, I guess. There were so many hiccups this time, but whatever. We'll move through it. At least we're at the rinse out. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, here it is. I did the bonding mask and then I just put in like a hydrating leave-in conditioner. It feels so soft, so nice. I've let it sit in this for literally like, I'd say, gosh, it's probably been like 2 hours. I'm gonna go get some rest. I did put in just a little bit of Pureology spray over everything just to make sure I sealed in all that conditioner and all that mask and everything. So I think it's looking absolutely amazing. I'm really loving the tone right now. So I haven't seen the back, but I'll show you guys the back while it's wet too, and then we'll see what the final result is once it's dry. So it's promising. So see when it's dry. This is the finished results. I think that the tone is absolutely perfect. I debated whether I should maybe put in just like a toning conditioner or something like that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I wanted to see how the tone came out this time. But it's honestly stunning. Like, I think it's just amazing. All of those like different like lines are gone. If anything, where some of the orange was farther down, and probably when we look at the back, maybe we'll see more. I feel like it's going to be a little bit more orange brassy in those areas. But I just think for what we started with here and where we are now is just really, really nice. This is a great canvas for us to do our new colors on and everything. I was originally going to try the toning additives that are in the BLONDME line of bleach now. They keep being sold out of the violet one, so I've just been kind of waiting on that. But I think for our 7 volume, this turned out great. Next time, I'm going to try bleaching the back separately from my front. I think it would be a fun video for all of you, and also just to pace myself and just really get a good idea of what this could be on my head if I did it for like exactly 30-40 minutes on the back. And I just really want to do that instead of having all these mixed times going on. This turned out great this time. I don't have hair falling out or anything, but it just becomes risky, especially when you bleach as often as I do. You know, over time, it's just going to keep adding more and more stress on my hair. So I am happy with how everything turned out. I'm not happy with my execution of everything. And I am not happy with this new formula of bleach. I didn't mind it last time, but the swelling, like, it's not over warm in here. And everyone's going to have mixed opinions, I'm sure, you know. But I just really like the old formula. The only difference of the new formula was supposed to be that it was supposed to swell less. It was supposed to have more of that agent in there that helps with like the water and the chemicals and the metals that can like react with bleach in your hair. So the fact that it swelled even worse than the old one, it's kind of like, well, maybe I won't try as hard to find that one. Maybe. I know we've been talking about some other bleaches to try. This is just one of my favorite bleaches. It's just never done me wrong. So it's really hard for me to move on. So just curious about your guys' opinions if you want to drop them down below. Probably just going to keep using it as long as I can. That doesn't mean I don't want to try other ones. So let's get kind of a more up close look here. I will say it's probably going to look super product heavy. And then we'll check out the back, by the way. So I do have some leave-ins and stuff, which is going to make it look a lot heavier. If you look at the back, just know it's very wavy. It's going to look like a Cocker Spaniel. So just know that's not my hair frying and falling off. It just looks like that, man. Especially with all these weird, like, faded colors in it. I haven't, like, really looked in depth, so you guys are kind of on the same boat as me. But it just came out super even. And just dragging that down a little bit, I'm not really seeing too much orange. Obviously, there's still a few spots, but otherwise, I'd say pretty impressive. Because there was literally just like my roots, and then a dark orange, and then a light orange, and there was just so many different things going on. So it's obviously not perfect, but I'd say not bad. I think we deserve like a clap or like a pat on the back or something. Let's check out the back. Can see like the tone of the blonde. It goes all the way through pretty even from what I can see anyway. You could kind of see how the roots are going to be a lot more blonde, and then as it comes out, it kind of gets a little bit of like a, I don't know if it's brassy, there's like maybe a little bit of green hue in there where some of that orange was left over. It's an easy fix. I just didn't want to mess with toners. You know, for orange, you could do like a blue pigmented conditioner to maybe try and combat that type of brassiness. Or, you know, if it's more yellow, you could do just like the purple shampoo. But like I said, I'm not upset with any of these outcomes here. Right here, you could definitely see that the bleach didn't quite pull down as much here. But like I said, that's really, really not a problem. It's just got like a light tone here. But for where we bleached our roots and everything, like here down, it's just a really beautiful blonde color. So we have a lot more different colors kind of coasting through back here. I'm seeing a lot of like green going up, which is fine. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be adding green in anyway. Guess I'll see what's under here really quick and see how that all came out. We go really nice, really light. Like I said, if anything, there's just a tiniest brass. You can barely see it. Here's our new hair for like literally the moment. Next video should be me dyeing this for Christmas hair. Gosh, I thought I knew exactly what I was doing, but after seeing this, I might have to, I think I might have a different idea, but either way, we're gonna make it Christmas themed. So I really hope to see you all in the next video. If this is your first time being here and you enjoyed this video, I hope that you subscribe, keep hanging out. I also link my Instagram in my bio and in the description below in case anybody wants to reach out to me there. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm really looking forward to finishing this last hair transformation we have. Really hope to see you all in the next video, and here's some clips of this in the sunlight. So much love, everyone. Hang in there. Hope to see you soon. Have a beautiful day.